Most kids graduate high school, they go away to college. Joshua Franco is doing his own version. Went away to Riverside, California. That's his version of college. Living and training with Robert Garcia. It's the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. What he does, he puts his young fighters with Jonathan Navarro from Los Angeles, Hector Tanahara, Joshua Franco. They all live in a house, they said a dormitory. Good way to describe it. Also, Michael Artis Perez will be fighting September 30th on ringtv.com in Indio, California.
Yeah, Perez is like the senior.
Yeah, he's a senior. he's Van Wilder. And they're there, and they live together, train together, swim together, run together. He said that's just a great experience for them because they go and they push each other, and they get some great sparring there in Riverside. Franco, born in 1995. He's in the red, white, and blue, the Texas trunks. Bazan, born in Mexico City, but grew up in Sacramento, California, 9-2. First loss coming in 2012 to Mauricio Marquez. And then he lost back-to-back to Juan Tovar. That was a split decision. All of his fights have been in Mexico. He's now living and training in Tijuana. There you see the back of the trunks. Zona Norte with Eric El Terrible Morales. His first fight in the United States. Franco fighting at home for the first time. Gets buzzed. He was buzzed there with the right hand by Brian Bazan. Roberto Diaz, matchmaker for Golden Boy, said that for Franco, this was a big test for him. And Bazan is loading up on that right hand, trying to land some heavy shots here. He already buzzed Franco once. Another right, body shot. Bazan switching into the lefty, going back. Body work from Franco in the Texas trunks. Right hand from Bazan. He was very confident after the weigh-in yesterday. He said nobody's really giving him a chance. Nobody knows anything about him, and he's coming to upset Franco.
Yeah, all we know about Bazan is his record. It's a nice record. 9 wins, only 2 losses. He's never been stopped. Nice knockout ratio. Nice left hook from Franco, though.
And Franco hurts Bazan here. Good opening round, scheduled for 6 between Franco and Bazan. 2 bantamweights going at it.
Yeah, they got right to it. No feeling out. They just started letting the hands go. Nice, crisp punches with a lot of power at the end of them. Franco with the better technique, though.
Good 1-2 from Franco.
It's been an early gut check here for Franco. Probably the first of his professional career, and quite frankly, I think he's reacted very well.
Franco with some international overseas experience. Fought in Europe, fought in Kazakhstan. Franco turned pro in August of 2015. He's 6-0. Good opening round between Joshua Franco and Brian Bazan, scheduled for 6 in Texas.
In 1931, Auguste Piccard became the first man to reach the stratosphere. Three decades later, his son Jacques became the first to reach the ocean's deepest point. What's your wild rabbit? Hennessy. Never stop, never settle.
There you see the stadium in the middle of the ring. Working away towards Canelo and Smith.
Bazan overhand right. Instantly froze the legs of Joshua Franco, who reeled into the ropes. Timed him well. Franco trying to land a right uppercut. And Bazan over the top with that right hand. Franco kept his poise and went right back on the attack as soon as he felt his legs under him.
Franco, a young fighter, has the Texas trunks. He's 6-0, but we mentioned his overseas experience as an amateur. How about as a pro? He sparred Evgeny Gradovich, Abner Mares, also Carlos Cuadras recently. And Cuadras had a battle with Chocolatito last week.
Those sparring sessions have helped mature him. When we first saw him fight at Blasco Theater, very amateur style, and now he has a professional style. Does well on the outside and the inside.
Yeah, and Franco's landed some very good left hooks to the body like he did right there. In fact, he's attacking the body with both hands. I think he's done a pretty good job of slowing down the momentum of Bazan.
Landing upstairs, does Franco. Franco started his pro career, he won a split decision, Doug. We were there for that night. You know, amateur to a pro. Big difference. Said the big thing was that he had to learn how to get used to smaller gloves and being able to let his hands go.
Well, he wasn't sitting on his punches at all. He was just bouncing on his toes, letting the hands go, but not a lot of leverage behind them, and that changed quickly.
Ooh, I tell you what, he's done a real nice job this round of going low, high, and then high, low with his combinations on the inside.
I thought he closed the opening round well enough that you could argue that he won it. And I went ahead and scored it for Bazan because Bazan did actually hurt him, and that's how I think professional rounds should be scored. But he seems in firm command here in round 2.
From San Antonio, Texas, a big Spurs fan. Doesn't have a football team, does Franco? Doesn't really care about it. He's all about boxing, a boxing family. His dad trained him as an amateur. Now his dad's the second in the corner with Robert Garcia. Interesting to see a dad who actually gives up control of their son to a trained professional fighter. You have so many father-son combinations in the sport of boxing.
You know, Robert's actually fortunate in a sense that a young man we're going to see later, Hector Tanahara Sr., also realized his limitations and gladly sent him off to Riverside.
Second round of action. Good right hand.
Beto,
Franco, good job there in this round.
Beto, the variation of Franco going high-low has really done a good job of quelling the momentum of Bazan, bringing those hands down and coming right over the top with right hands.
I think Franco is safer inside. Beautiful left hook to the liver landed by Joshua Franco just a moment ago. And I think Bazan might want to give fighting from mid-distance or on the outside a try, given his height and his reach.
Bazan getting tagged upstairs, being able to show he can absorb some of those punches. 118-pounders, bantamweight division. Good comeback round for Joshua Franco against Brian Bazan. AT&T Stadium on the night of Canelo and Smith. Go to goldenboyppv.com and buy it. And there you see, that is young Bam Rodriguez, 16 years old. You type in his name on Google, and you will see this kid has fought all over the world. One of the highly touted amateurs in USA boxing. He's watching his younger brother fights at 114 pounds. He's 16 right now. Depending on the way his amateur career goes, his dad said they might just say, we're gonna turn him pro in Mexico. He is actually homeschooled because he misses so many fights for tournaments. He actually goes to Colorado Springs where the home of USA Boxing is at and lives there for months at a time. And there's his brother, Joshua Franco.
Franco with the jab, right hand, left uppercut, left hook. Gets into a defensive position.
And Doug,
working the body, working the head with left-right combinations.
And Doug, I think you're absolutely right.
Oh, a big uppercut by Franco drops Bazan. He loaded up and he dropped the fighter living in Tijuana. He's shaking it off like nothing, but no, that one hurt.
Beto, after all those left hooks around the corner, he came right up the middle with an uppercut.
Left hook from Franco. Franco in the Texas trunks. 1-2. Smelling blood. Here's Joshua Franco. Bazan is a tough fighter. If you're in Eric Morales' gym, you better be able to hang. He was caught with the left uppercut by Joshua Franco. Another one from Franco. Body work. Franco went to the body a lot in that second round, and it's taking its toll here.
Well, Beto, I thought Doug made a great point. I think from the inside, when they're chest to chest, Franco has a decided advantage. The 2 times he's been hit with really good right hands, it has been as he's been able to unfurl his longer arms from the outside.
1, 2, 3, 4 from Franco. Pushes back Bazan. Excellent round for the fighter from San Antonio. Another uppercut from Franco.
Yeah, that's his money punch. He's been looking for it since the second round, and he's found a home for it here in round 3.
You hear Bazan saying, come on. He grew up in Sacramento, California. All of his fights in Mexico, making a Texas debut. And he's in tough against a Texan, Franco, who is fighting in his home state for the first time in his young career.
I think Franco is able to sort of camouflage that left uppercut. Sometimes he turns it to the body, sometimes he sneaks him and just splits that guard with it.
Fourth fight on ringtv.com. Fireworks are starting to get going. Go to goldenboyppg.com
nice
and
right
buy
hand.
the main event.
Nice right hand from Bazan.
And
He
you
is
saw-
still in this fight.
And Doug, you saw what happened there. He got caught up on the outside and he got beat with that right hand. Again, he's much better off smothering Bazan and being able to beat him to the punch with these short, crisp little hooks and uppercuts.
Yeah, I think that was the distance that served him well in round 2, and I think he needs to get back into Bazan's chest here in round 3. Wear him down for a couple rounds, then maybe step out and catch him with clean shots from the outside.
Fourth fight of the year for Joshua Franco, only the second for Bazan. Some inactivity, more than a year of inactivity for him. The last time he was in the ring was in August, and he won in 6 rounds against Gregorio Perez, did Brian Bazan in the black trunks. Going back to that uppercut is Franco. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd round. Bazan did go down from a left uppercut from Franco. Oh, it goes down again! A big shot landed by Joshua Franco. Here in the closing seconds of the round, Bazan spits out his mouthpiece, trying to gain some time. Is the bell gonna save him here? And that'll do it. Twice goes down Bazan from left uppercuts.
And what a beautiful job by Franco of actually feinting, stepping back, making Bazan commit, and then he landed right down the middle. Beautiful
Steve,
setup.
I was wondering if Bazan had landed enough punches to negate a 10-8 round to a 10-9 round.
He made it
No,
10-7.
It's 10-7.
One shot turns it around.
And it's that left uppercut.
But I thought it was great craft. He actually feinted, he stepped back, made Bazan commit to coming forward, and it was perfectly timed, perfectly executed.
You see Jesse Rodriguez, that's the father of Joshua Franco.
Boom, left uppercut just immediately takes the legs of Bazan away. And he had perfect distance and leverage. Oh, there it is, yeah. I mean, he kind of let Bazan come forward as he took little half steps back. He was measuring him for it, and it was a lead left uppercut. Beautiful shot.
Bazan jumped out of his stool right now when they blew the whistle, popped up, smacked his hands together. He has an aggressive face and he gets hit with the left hook. Another uppercut. Bazan is in trouble here to start the round. Oh, down goes, and it is over.
Wow.
Joshua Franco with the one shot ends the fight.
That's a hell of a fight and a hell of a statement from young Joshua Franco.
I didn't know he had this in him, Doug.
Yeah.
Who is this kid?
We haven't seen this guy at the Blasco Theater.
Oh, no.
You had to take him back to Texas, get that mojo going.
3 knockdowns, 3 left uppercuts. An impressive night for the first time in his home state for Joshua, the Professor Franco.
You know what one of the differences is, Beto? Tonight he was in with a threat.
Yep.
Bazan let him know that from the first round, and he stepped his game up.
Oh, an exciting fight.
Boom,
Oh.
left uppercut again.
Guys, he showed something tonight, or today. I'm with
Right
you, Beto.
uppercut.
I didn't know he had this.
Right to the temple. And he's at mid-range.
Oh.
Boom, left uppercut. From mid-range, that left uppercut carries so much power, but it's the accuracy of the punch and the timing of the delivery.
But Bazan is greedy. The doctors picked him up, put him on the stool, and he's barking at Franco. He must have got hit that hard.
You know, we have to note this. In 11 fights prior, he had never been knocked out. This guy does not have a history of being soft in the ring or being chinny. But I tell you, what Franco showed today was some character and the ability to overcome adversity and then to be explosive.
Jab, and a jab, right hand right to the temple. Probably buzzed Bazan right there, even though Bazan's saying bring it on, and so he does. Left uppercut, down for the 3rd time. Goes Bazan.
And Doug, when you throw a lead left uppercut, you have to have real proper distance
Right there,
spacing.
that right to the temple. His legs were already a little wobbly. I bet you Bazan cannot feel his legs right now.
Oh.
Now he can't feel his entire body.
You know, you know what those left uppercuts reminded me of? Prime Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yes.
One of the few right-handed fighters that could really get away with timing you right into it.
The time, 19 seconds of round number 4. Your winner and still undefeated from San Antonio, Texas. Winner by way of knockout, Joshua Franco.
The day he walked into a gym, they didn't believe he was a fighter. Here in his 7th pro fight, the first time in Texas, he puts on a show. Joshua Franco now 7-0, 4 KOs. Stopping Brian Bazan, dropped him 3 times. GoldenBoyPPV.com is where you will watch the remainder of the fights. Colonel Bob Sheridan and Larry Merchant coming your way.
And there it is again. Look at that torque. Look at that momentum. Getting a lot of momentum being created from his core and his legs.
Yes, his legs.
Yeah.
He went to a kickstand. He puts his right foot out so he can get more leverage, so he can pivot his hips more and get more power on that left hook uppercut smash.
And this is a young man that we've seen often at the Belasco Theater. Let me just say this much. We hadn't seen that young man before.
And right now, a lot of fans tweeting me, we want to see more of him. Joshua Franco, one more time for your viewing pleasure.
Right there, and bang. Look at the form. He's actually slipping a jab as he's throwing that punch, coming right down the 5-hole. A perfectly executed shot by Joshua Franco.
And immediately waved off